Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and up here at the Yooper House. We're doing a video today, something a little different, something I've never really done before, and I'm not sure how I feel about this, but I was talking with John over at JBG Travels, and he thinks I should do it, and I think I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna humble myself just a little bit and do this. But first of all, I think I'll give like a little update on my condition and stuff, because the last video you guys saw was me in the hospital after the surgery, going home and stuff. So I thought I'd give a little update. Today is my two-week visit with my surgeon, checkup with my surgeon and everything. I think I'm going to be having an MRI or something like this done today, make sure everything is still in place. I'm going to tell you that this recovery from the surgery has been harsh, really harsh. I've had to stay really consistent on the pills and everything, on all the stuff that they've prescribed to me for the pain and everything. It's been hard. I don't like how those pills make me feel and everything else. I really hate taking those pills type stuff, but I've had to stay on them really hard. This has been a lot worse a recovery than when I broke my back 2 years ago and had the rods put in and everything. And we're having my L5 replaced and the membrane pulled out and everything, screwed my pelvis stuff. I don't know, this surgery it's a rough one, but I've been working through it and getting through it and everything. This week has been really actually very rough. Monday I actually was going to bed, and I was laying in bed and I was sleeping, or I was just about ready to go to sleep, and I was watching something, and it said I'm gonna go to sleep, and put my phone down, and I reached up and I did this like log roll. If anybody's had back surgery before, they know what I'm talking about. You roll like a log off the side onto your side, and then you push yourself up with one hand to get up and down like that. Well, I did that, and log rolled on my side to turn the lamp off that was next to me, and then I reached up with this arm way up high to turn the lamp off, and when I reached way up high like that, something in my hip just went pa. It went, no, I don't like that, and it reacted my sciatic nerve again till almost to the point of before the surgery. And it was at the point of just moaning and rolling and stuff like that. It was horrible. I was able to fall asleep that night, and I got a couple hours sleep, and then I got up, and I tried to get out of bed, and I actually fell out of bed, and I had to get myself up, and the walker and everything, and it was a very rough night, and it's been that way ever since. I'm back to using a walker again, pretty much to get up and everything. Yesterday, I finally was able to kind of get more walking ability and everything. I don't think there's anything damaged in there. I think what happened is there was, my spinal cord was damaged, and there was a piece of bone that was in it. It damaged it, and the doctor is concerned that there might be permanent nerve damage there. For the first week, I didn't have tingling and all that other stuff. It wasn't really there. It wasn't there anymore. So I was like, okay, thank God. And then all of a sudden, I just tweaked a little bit. I think somebody rubbed that damaged area, and that my sciatic nerve just inflamed, And I've been icing nonstop and taking the pills like crazy and everything else. And it's been very rough, but I'm moving a little bit better and stuff. The shooting down my leg is tolerable, and right at this moment, and so I'm doing okay. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm heading to the surgeon today, and they're gonna do this MRI and see what's going on. And I think everything's fine in there. I think I just activated some. I'm gonna request that to give me a steroid pack or a steroid injection to maybe help this nerve, the sciatic nerve, to actually heal itself real fast. Hopefully I don't have this nerve damage forever, but because I don't know how I'd be able to deal with this all forever like this. But hopefully that's what happens, and then we'll go from there. So now what this video is about is I'm actually going to humble myself a little bit and actually ask for help. Over the years, I've been doing different things, different tasks, and I always have things going on and stuff, and people are always like, oh, I wish I could help, I wish I was there, I could help you with this, or, you know, because I'm pretty much a one-man show type of thing in a lot of instances and stuff. And and you know, there's no way for people to do that. Well, the Yooper House right behind me. This is when I started this project, and this is what it caused. It was the first day starting this, and I had some people at a group from church. I was coming here to help and everything, and I was picking up some of the product at the lumberyard that morning, and that's when this all happened. I twisted a little bit wrong when I lifted a board, and it triggered a sag nerve, and it ended up me not walking, and ended up having to go to the hospital, and they find this vertebrae has been broken for 2 years since my surgery. But when I went into, you know, and first of all, I've been off, you know, I stopped driving truck because I couldn't do it anymore. And since then, I've been doing after a different career, and I was about ready to come on with that. I've been working on this, and I've actually set up my own business and stuff. And there was going to be something for you guys in the part of this. And so I've been struggling with that, and finances has been, you know, starting up your own business and everything. It's been very tight, getting things going and everything else. But I had this all planned out to redo this, because this really needed to be done, because last winter we had a lot of melting and freezing and stuff, and we had a lot of ice damming up on the roof, and the garage actually started to leak. And so I wanted to make sure that that everything was re-roofed before this winter, to make sure that the inside, all the work I did in the Yooper House, that the inside wouldn't get damaged. And so that I had this all planned out, and I looked at different options, and one was steel, and the other one was going to be shingles. And if I was going to get steel, I wanted to get the steel that was screwless. And the main reason why is because we get such amount of snow up here, you got to be able to get it off the roof. And if you have all those screws up there, you can't really shovel it off. It's really hard. And so it would have to go with the screwless, and that stuff there, super expensive. So I looked at the cost difference and decided if I shingle it, I can actually shingle it, and I'd actually have really tight, really close money enough that I'd maybe able to do most of the siding or the siding. Excuse me. And so I went with that option. And I had all the materials here, and then I got off to the hospital, and the guys that were here and stuff, main guy, he was like, I gotcha, we're going to take care of it and everything else. And when I came back, there's going to be a whole bunch of videos that are coming out of the progress of this house, but I'm putting this video out first because I need help. But when I came back, the guy, God bless him for helping me. I understand his intentions and everything else, but did the most horrible job I've ever seen in shingling in my life. And it was actually leaking inside the house where it was shingled. And so I ended up having to have that all redone. I've had a friend out here and then some people that I know and stuff. They've been out here and helping me and doing all this. And then my brothers came up this last weekend, and they actually re-shingled the part that was messed up. And it's been a big cost, and that has taken a big dive on finances. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be putting together a GoFundMe page. And if you guys would like to assist in helping to save this Yooper House, I would greatly appreciate it. It's just right now I am not able to work. These medical bills came with this back and everything, and it has just annihilated me. And I've had to repurchase supplies now and everything else, and now I got to hire somebody to finish it. And I do have some help coming, but it's got to be coming for a while, and I got to get some of this done. So I do have to hire somebody for some of this. So I'll take you a walk around, and I'll show you what's going on and everything, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. So as you can see, my house is covered with tarps right now. All of this has been de-shingled, waiting to be shingled and everything, and it has been covered with tarps and everything, and it's just been cloudy and raining and everything else up here for days and days. It's almost this whole week, and you know it's keeping the rain out. I'm concerned, you know, how long it's going to be able to do that, but it is keeping out now. This over here has been redone. This has been shingled, and it's been done with the architectural 3D shingles.
Real nice. It's all done up to the roof line, and this is what my brothers came here this weekend and completed. And the chimney has been remortared. It had gotten water into the bricks and stuff in between them, and then frozen, and it's cracked a bunch of the bricks, and it's starting to come loose. So it has been all remortared and everything else. It kind of almost looks like a Southwest kind of adobe looking type thing now, but it looks real good. It's sealed up real good. And basically they shingled up to that, and now it needs to be flashed. And they ended up, my brother needed to get home for work, and they just were running out of time, so they ran it right to it, and now that has to be flashed. And I do have a guy that's going to be coming to do that, and it's to finish the last couple of rows. This overhang was built by my brother over the front door, which is really cool. I requested that to do that, and they put this together and stuff, and I think it came out really good. Because what would happen is that we get such snow totals here that the snow will pile up, I mean, halfway on the door. And then when it starts to melt and everything, it actually would melt through the door and then get inside into the floor. And there's like a piece of foam down there on the ground. And I always took that last year, put that foam all around the door and stuff to help seal it, and that did help. But now with this being covered, this can be, the snow will stay off of it a lot more. And there's also going to be a concrete walkway that is going to be poured going through here, a sidewalk. And that way in the wintertime, it's going to be shoveled off and still have access to the front door and everything else. So you just have to do a little bit of shoveling. It's not a big deal. The cool thing about doing all this is they added this overhang onto the house, which the house didn't have an overhang at all. Sorry about that. I stepped in a hole a little bit crooked, kind of shot down my leg there. But they added on it's actually a 7.5-inch overhang, and put it over. And the house used to have it right down the wall. That's where it ended. The roof ended, and the rain and all the water and everything would come down the wall and wash right down into the windows and all this stuff. And that's how things were rotting out. So they added that on there, and that was pretty cool. And it worked out really nice. So this side is pretty much complete, and just got that couple rows up there that's got to be finished off. So, but I will show you the back, and the back is where the problem is. So now here's where this became an added expense, and you guys will see this in the videos. But this roof line back here had the house roof that came down, then it had the roof that's over the bathroom that went up and over like this, and then there was a flatter grade going over this way, over the closet area. And I've always wanted it, because what happens up here is you get a lot of snow amount, and the snow would sit in those valleys, those 3 valleys where they come together. Nothing came off, and it would just pile up so high right there. So my idea is that I wanted to build off of this wall and build this wall up and make it straight all the way across, and then build a truss system all the way to the peak, and then sheet it and everything else, and do all that. Well, when I started tearing into this wall, I found out this wall is rotten. It is rotten to the core, and there's no way that I was going to put the whole weight of this whole structure on this wall. A friend of mine that was helping, he does construction, and he was a guy that was helping, and he came up with the idea that either I need to pour a whole new foundation on the outside of this wall, and just build a whole new wall on, ready to connect it right onto it. And I was like, I don't have the time for that. That was a big problem. And then he came up with these 4x6 posts, and to make this, and this worked out really well. These posts are actually 5 feet down into the ground. They have a concrete pad that is underneath them, and then they have anchor legs that are screwed into the post on the side there, and then they're concreted all the way up to the ground level. So these are really, really super secure. And then he put some big old headers up there and everything else, and then built a truss system that goes over the whole thing and makes this a whole pitch. And this worked out really well. And the rest of the house is getting shingled, but this part right here is actually going to be steel. And the reason why is because the pitch it's really close to where a pitch has to be for shingles. If you don't have enough pitch with shingles, the water can actually get backed up underneath the shingles and leak. And this is a pretty close pitch. So I decided to go with roofing metal on this section here, and waiting for that to come in. And then what's going to happen is all of the between these posts, because these posts are 4x6, so they're the thickness of a 2x4. This is all going to be framed out with 2x4s, and then treated plywood on the bottom. And I'll re-insulate all this too, so it'll have double insulation. And the inside walls are staying; they're all fine and everything. It's just that the boards are all rotten, but it'll all be secure to this, so it'll hold. And then I'll take the windows and pull the windows out, and they pull out 3.5 inches, and they'll be put on the outside of it. And then I'll have to put some inside pine board in the windowsill to just, cover up the exposed area, the distance. So this was a big costly thing that added a lot onto it, and that's what started this kind of whole thing. And I was like, okay, this is gonna hurt financially and stuff, but it had to be done. And then my back went, and the back, going out, surgery, going through all this again now has just put me completely in the hole. And so now somehow, and not being able to work, and so somehow now I got to be able to finish this and package this up before wintertime. And so that's the dilemma that I'm in. And speaking with John over at JV Travels.
So he was saying, I know there's a lot of subscribers that, would certainly help out with this. And he goes, I don't know if you remember with the GoFundMe with this bumper and stuff, and we did that funny bumper thing, and John the pole dancer, and let's put a big, big deer bumper on front of his semi and all this stuff. And we did that and everything. And he goes, that showed, how much people care and stuff and everything else, and if they are possibly able to help, they can give. And I said, yeah, I understand that. It's just different. I don't know. I've never asked for help before. And I did some thinking on it and everything else, and decided, you know what, I think I just need to humble myself. And so if there is somebody out there, and if there's people out there that are able to assist financially, I'm going to put a GoFundMe page together, and I will put a link in the video description, and you'll be able to go to that, and you can kind of donate to help get this Yooper House sealed up for winter time and everything. And here's what I was thinking is, I want to do something back, and my printer thing is not working correctly. I thought about doing shirts, that you could buy a shirt or something like this, or if you I'd give you a shirt or something like this. But I'm having an issue in working with that printer and stuff, getting that thing back working again. It's got an issue. But what I was thinking about is inside here, there's a big old white door inside for the service door. And I was thinking I'm going to put on there, by the patrons of Long Haul Larry or something like that, with patrons help or something like that, and write everybody's name that donated that, and your name would be eternally into the Yooper House. I thought that'd be kind of neat that you can be a part of it. And so if you are able to, I'd be so appreciative. And I just need to humble myself a little bit and say, thank you if you can. I totally understand if you're not able to. I understand finances and, things are tight, and people are, paycheck to paycheck and stuff. I completely understand all that. But if you are able to help a little bit, it'd be awesome. And I'm going to see if I can raise enough to put the siding on in this house and get this thing sealed up before winter time comes, because it's coming fast. There's actually some trees that are getting a little bit of color up here already. And we've had a really weird summer. It's been kind of a cold summer up here, and very wet. And so I just need to get it all sealed up. So if you're able to, I surely would appreciate it. And from the bottom of my heart, I would thank you. Totally understand if you're not able to, but I will put in a video description a link to a GoFundMe page and help to save this Yooper House. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope that everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night as you watch this here video. And if you're not, you can certainly try that all over again tomorrow. That's what I'm doing right now, is every day I'm just going for the next day. And just, thanking God that I am able up and walking and everything, and just asking for, you know, just relief from the pain and everything else. But I'm getting up every day, and it's getting a little bit better and a little bit better, and hoping that that the next day that I get up, it gets a little bit better, and just working for that day and stuff, because I need to get back to work, and I can't sit and stuff for that long in a chair and everything. The doctor wants me up, walking and moving around and everything, and then I pretty much have to ice, and it's hard to sit because of the nerve, so I kind of have to lay. So it's just not, I just can't get any work done right now, and so I'm just going from day to day and moving on. So, but there will be a lot of videos coming out on all the progress on this and everything. I did have a contractor that was working for me, and he had a lot of personal issues, and he just wasn't able to continue anymore and stuff, and so I've had to find somebody else, and I'm having to pay them too, and that's where it's gone down, and I just need some help. So once again, if you're able to, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.